Maybe things are going okay for you. Maybe you're flourishing in your career. Maybe you have a spouse who struggles with traumatic brain injury or PTSD. Maybe you're a practitioner and you see patients who struggle with these kind of issues. Maybe you're a parent and you just don't get your child who has severe ADHD or autism, and it's hard for you to understand. I just want you to know that I know what it's like to be you. I know what it's like for things to come easily, to be able to get straight A's, graduate summa cum laude, be captain of every team I'm on, state champion athlete. I also know what it's like for all of that to be stripped away. I know what it's like to be the girl who can't even get out of bed on her own. I know what it's like to be the person who can't work. I know what it's like to be someone who just stares out a window for 45 minutes before she even realizes she's doing it. I know what it's like to have anxiety so incredibly bad that all I can do is just curl up in a fetal position on the bed and pray that God would take it away. I know what it's like to be going through cognitive testing and have a neuropsychologist look at you like you're crazy. Like, how can you not figure out this problem? Why are you taking so long? I know what it's like to be a grown adult and walk into a room and just start crying because my brain couldn't figure out the shape of the room, or the sounds were coming in both sides, and I just couldn't take it. So maybe you're a parent who has a child with a brain injury or autism or ADHD, and they're having a temper tantrum, or what you think is a temper tantrum, but really it's a sensory overload. Really, it's because their brain is just freaking out. Maybe you have a child with ADHD and you just can't figure out why they can't get something. Why they can't grasp a concept. Remember, I know what it's like to be you. I also know what it's like to be them. And I want to remind you, practitioners who are seeing brain injury patients, parents who are taking care of children, spouses who have a loved one who struggles. I just want to remind you that a sharp look, a sharp tone, a sharp word can cut right through to the heart of somebody who's struggling. They can see it, and it hurts, and they're trying. So I just encourage you to have compassion and empathy and mercy for people. And I just want to remind you that you are one traumatic event from being on the other side of that conversation. One day we were driving to an appointment, and I saw this woman on the side of the road, and she had a sign, and it said homeless, TBI, which I know is traumatic brain injury, veteran. And I remember realizing that the only thing that separated me from being in her position was that I had a supportive husband with a great job and supportive family that could take care of me when I couldn't do the things I needed to do to function. And I'll never forget that. The Lord won't let me forget it. Now that I'm doing better, and He's healed me so much, sometimes it can be tempting for me to see someone who's in a struggle and think, oh, I have the answer for them. If they would just do this, if they would just do that, if they would just make this better decision, if they would just be happier, do something, get out of the funk. And the Lord says, remember what it was like. So in a lot of ways, my brain injury has given me the opportunity to have a perspective that many people don't have. So even through the years of struggle, through the things that it wasn't the Lord's will for me to have to go through, He still worked good in it. I look at people differently. I have a compassion I didn't used to have. I would never want to go back to who I was before I got sick. So I just want to encourage you to listen from my perspective. Don't have to learn it the hard way like I did. And just have compassion, have empathy, have mercy and grace for people. You never know what they're fighting. Even if they look good on the outside, you never know the struggle within that they have to face every single day.